I'm rating all Planet Zoo exhibit animals, which is the best and which is the worst, for me personally. What's up, my name is Filip and welcome to Planet Zoo exhibit animals tier list. You can't really compare exhibit animals and habitat animals, because it's obvious habitat animals are more interesting. You have more options to do something with them, to build something for them, so it's more exciting to build for them. That means higher rating. So now I will rate just exhibit animals, all exhibit animals from base game to the latest DLC. But the latest DLC we had exhibit animals in is Eurasia Animal Pack. Yeah, Barnyard Pack and the latest one, Zookeeper's Animal Pack, doesn't have any exhibit animal, unfortunately. So let's get into it. First one is Amazonian Giant Centipede. I will give it to B because now it's the first animal, so I will rate it in the middle and we will see. Next one is Lesser Antillean Iguana. For me, iguanas are my favorite animals from exhibit, and I'm not speaking about walkthrough exhibit, but for me, S tier. Next one is Boa Constrictor. Again, it's not one of the most exciting, it's not some of the best snakes in the game, it's not really different from each other, it's normal, it's not special, so B tier. Next one is Brazilian salmon-billed tarantula. Something really the same like the snake, it's not special, so B tier. Next one is Brazilian wandering spider, and maybe for me less exciting than the pink tarantula. Next one is Commanded Other. It's for me more special than Boa Constrictor, not Constructor, how I said earlier, so A tier. Next one is, again it's snake, Eastern brown snake. I'm really deciding where to put if it's more special, and now it's better B tier. Again, the rule, if it's closer to the letter, it's better. If it's at the end of the row, it's less exciting. So for me, I put centipede in the worse A tier and Eastern brown snake in better B tier. Next one is giant burrowing cockroach. I'm putting it into B tier, but the worse B tier. But we will see. Maybe I will decide a little bit different. Next one is giant desert hairy scorpion. For me, A tier. Scorpions are great, they are different, they are amazing, but it's not the best animal. And next one is giant forest scorpion. It's the same like desert hairy scorpion, but I love the first scorpion much more. Giant tigerland snail, maybe a little bit controversial. You can see it very well in the big exhibit. For example, the big iguanas are very good to see in the big exhibit box, but they are too big for the exhibit box. But the snails are, I think, very great for the exhibit boxes. And it's something different, it's interesting, so S tier. Gila monster. A tier. It's big, it's different, it's good, but not really S tier. Not better than scorpions. Next one is golden poison frog. Better B tier. Next one is not really my favorite animal in a game, and that is Goliath beetle. For now, the worst animal. Next one is Goliath frog, the best A tier, because they are very good to be spotted in the big exhibit box. Next one is Goliath bird eater, not really special. For me, it's the worst B tier. I think one of the worst from spiders in a game. They looks really the same, all the spiders from the far. So I have just one spider that is the best, and we will see it in a while. Next one is one of my favorite, and that is green iguana. They are much better for me than Antillean iguana because of the color, and I love green color. If you will look at my channel, my design, I'm using green not only because of Planet Zoo, but because it's my favorite color. So S tier, the best S tier. Next one is Lemon's Poison Frog. I want more poison frogs in a game, but for me this color is not really special. I don't know why. They are great, but I want more color variants. I want green one. Yeah, it's A tier. They are great. I want more, but not really the best one. And they are very hard to be spotted in the big exhibit box. Again, we are talking about the size of the animals. It's a really good point if it's too big, too small, or just perfect for the big box. Because sometimes it just looks like there is empty box. Why? It's huge and it's empty. Next one is my favorite spider in a game, and that is Mexican red knee tarantula. It was one of my first builds in a zoo cinema. I was building it for Breaking Bad, because if you saw Breaking Bad, you know the scene with the spider. That was my idea about it, and I picked this spider because of the red knee. It looks much more orange, but it's red knee tarantula. Next one, puff adder. I'm giving them to A tier, and I don't really know why A tier, but the pattern on their body is interesting. It's great, and yeah, A tier. Worse A tier. Titan beetle. I want more beetles in a game. This is not the best one, but much more I want European stag beetle and some of the rhinoceros beetles, because they are interesting, they are different, and it would add something to the game, something new. But the Titan beetle is still great. I love the color, so for me it's A tier. Western diamondback rattlesnake. It's different. Rattlesnake is different because of the tail, but you can't really see it that well in a game. So that is minus, but still, like the animal, not really the model or how you really see the animal in a game, it's A tier. And now I'm doing some changes again and putting it in the middle of A tier. Next one is yellow anaconda, the last base game exhibit animal. And yellow anaconda is in A tier. I want more anaconda in a game. While we have yellow anaconda, I want the biggest one, the green anaconda. And from South America pack, the first exhibit animal from DLC, red-eyed tree frog. It's in A tier. It's colorful, it's different, and I like it. And it's green. Next one is from Australia pack, Eastern blue-tongued lizard. Less interesting than Gala monster. I've never built for them, I think, but A tier. And now I'm doing some changes again. Goliath beetle in a D tier and cockroach in a C tier. And it's because of the color. It would be D. In a game, I like it in a game, not really in a real life. And centipede in a B tier again. And the buff adder in a B tier again. Next one is from Aquatic pack, and that is Diamondback Terrapin. It added something new to the game, and that is first aquatic exhibit boxes. So A tier. I like the animal. I'm not really a big fan of tortoises and turtles. I want just one turtle in a game, and that is sea turtle. So A tier. Next one is from Southeast Asia Animal Pack, Giant Leaf Insect. It's special, even if I don't like the DLC that much. This is one of my favorite exhibit animals because it's different. And I will point at something that is really interesting about this animal, and that is the camouflage, but you can't really spot the animal in the exhibit box. And it's not about the shape, it's not about the color, it's not about the animal, it's about the size of the animal. The exhibit box is too big for this animal, and you can't really spot the animal that well. And I'm not speaking about the camouflage. If there will be chameleon, for me it would be S tier, because chameleon is much bigger, even if he is hiding because of his camouflage. But he's easier to be spotted. And again, some little changes. Next one is from Africa pack, and that is Sacred Scarab Beetle. It's my favorite beetle in a game. I've never built for them, unfortunately. There was no opportunity to build for them, but they are somehow interesting. So S tier. From North America pack, Bullfrog. With the size of the animal, it's great. It's easy to be spotted. It's interesting. I put it on A tier. Fire Salamander from Europe pack, S tier, definitely. From the Wetlands animal pack, Danube Crested Newt, it's worse A tier. From Conservation pack, somebody hates me for DLC tier list that I said something about the axolotl that is not in S tier. I don't know if I'm not really big fan of axolotls like at all, or just the model in a game. For me they are not really that cute. Maybe it's because of the picture. They are interesting because it's aquatic exhibit box. So it's somehow interesting with that. It's interesting how the animal looks like. It's weird. It's not cute. It's weird. I was really deciding if S tier or A tier, but I will put it in a worst S tier. And not just because of the hate I got from somebody, like hate. It was not really hate, but you know what I mean. I know a lot of people love axolotls. I'm not really big fan of them. I like them, but not really the biggest fan of this animal. Maybe it's just because of the game. Not really big fan of the model. Maybe they actually look like that. And yeah, in a Minecraft, it was cute in a Minecraft, but that was Minecraft. And the animal doesn't look like in Minecraft. Next one, the first walkthrough exhibit animal, Egyptian fruit bat. It added something new to the game, not my most favorite animal exhibit animal, so it's the worst S tier. But next one, Grassland animal pack, is the pack with the most exhibit animals. Because every single DLC had one exhibit animal, and this one have 5. And there are 5 butterflies. They are interesting. They are good to have them in a zoo, but in a game they are hard to be spotted. And I'm not speaking about bigger butterflies, they are small. Sometimes I just can't see them that well, and they are not my favorite, but I will not rate them equally. Clouded Sulfur is for me on a A tier, in the middle. Next one is Europe Peacock. It's with the color, it's for me on A tier, but still worse than Cloudless Sulfur. And again, little changes. Next one is my favorite butterfly in a game, and that is Menelaus Blue Morpho, S tier. Next one is Monarch, A tier, and Oddsworth Swallowtail. It's for me interesting, much more interesting than others. And I don't know why, maybe because of the look. It's not that colorful, but still for me S tier, because it's somehow a little bit creepier and much weird than other butterflies. And when I built in a zoo cinema for butterflies, the Teletubbies build, I choose 4 butterflies, like 4 Teletubbies. And Oddward Swallowtail, I have in plan something little bit different for them. It's horror, and in the horror there was not really this animal but quite the same animal. I think if you know the horror genre, you know what I mean with this movie. It would be interesting to build this movie from Tropical Pack, one of my least favorite pack, Brown Trout Sloth, my favorite animal in a pack. I don't know why the brown sloth is in walkthrough exhibit. For me, it's not matching in the whole exhibit. I know it's the most laziest animal, haha. My favorite and spirit animal is sloth, but yeah, it's S tier. But for me, it's not matching in this group of animals. And why other animals that are quite small, capuchin monkey, and for example pangolin, and I don't know, other animals are not in a walkthrough exhibit. Like, I know why, because the walkthrough exhibit came with the Twilight pack, and that is one of the most recent DLCs in a game. Yeah, now, in a perspective of time, these animals would not really match in a habitat, or the slot is not for exhibit. But yeah, S tier. From Arid pack, Desert Horned Viper. It's the most interesting snake in a game for me. And yeah, it's one of the most recent, so the model is the best one. So definitely S tier. From Oceania pack, Spectacled Flying Fox. Again, walkthrough exhibit animal in S tier. Yeah, animals from walkthrough exhibit, it's much easier to be in a S tier than, for example, a cockroach. But yeah, S tier. I was quite not sure if better or less than the other bet, but yeah, it's better, little bit. I like the model much more. And now the last exhibit animal in a game from Eurasia Animal Pack, Herman's Tortoise. I don't know why, but one of my most favorite tortoises and one of my favorite exhibit animals. So it's the worst S tier. And that's it. That's my rating of these animals, the exhibit animals. I know the exhibit animals are not that appealing like the habitats animals. That's the reason why I'm doing it separately and why I'm looking on it back right now while I'm editing this video. I would maybe do some little changes, maybe I was too harsh for axolotl and some of the animals would be a little bit better or a little bit worse, but you can't really make tier list of animals that are a little bit the same. Or for example, yeah, the sloth is the best one, but he is absolutely different than others. But still I would do just little minor changes. So the S tier, A tier, C, D would be like that. And in the future, I would love to do the habitat animals. Maybe I would separate it on two parts, because the video would be really long. At the end, I want to do shout out to Anders Salamander, who showed me how good you can be in building for exhibit animals. I will give you a link under this video for his video. He is amazing what he built. So check him out. Check my other videos. A few days ago I started with new mini-series. I hope you like it, even if I'm not really matching your opinion. But if you like this video and want another tier list of habitat animals, give me a like, or you can subscribe me, or you can comment me which exhibit animals are your best and worst. So let me know in the comments, I would love to read it. But for now, bye.